What's up, y'all? I'm Nick.
I'm Lawrence.
And we just saw Sweetwater. Before we say what's real, please like, comment, and subscribe. Do you want to start?
Oh, I'll let you start for once.
Coming off of air, I thought this was going to be another good, true story. And with this movie, I don't believe none of this is real. Maybe the small details, yes, but I didn't like it. I did not like it. I felt like they could have executed a little bit better. And I hate these type of movies because it's the Negro spiritual movies, because it just makes you so mad. I get very mad because I love the life that we live now, thanks to our ancestors and everybody who paved the way for us now. But the stuff that they were dealing with back then just makes my skin boil. So it's hard for me to watch these movies. And so watching this movie, I'm seeing him pick cotton. It's hit me. So those were the good parts about it, because it's bringing you back. It's reeling you back in to remind you of what our ancestors been through. But the other things were just like ridiculous. That I'm just like the white girl singing, no problem. She goes to the club. Goes to the shindig. No problem. Nobody says anything. I'm like, bro, if a white woman went into a place like that, they would have thought they was kidnapping her. So I ain't believe that. And then there's a lot of things that were very funny. So when they were arguing about wanting to get NBA players to associate with black players, it was hilarious, because once they made the vote, and then one person was like, okay, I'll take this person. And he's like, no, I want a Negro too. And then it's just like, that is just funny to me. But before what you got?
Well, I came into the movie like you did, right? I'm sitting here, I'm all positive. I'm thinking, another true story. This is gonna be lit. This is gonna be something special. I'm saying? Like, let me put on the Kobe, you know what I'm saying? Represent for basketball. I'm feeling all high. I'm feeling it all. And then I sat down into the movie theater, and that's where it all went downhill. Left and right. Where can I begin with this movie, okay? Do I start with the coach of the Globetrotters? He was terrible, okay? He created them, but they made him seem like such not only like an idiot, but someone who really only cared about himself. He didn't care about nothing else at all. All he did was care about himself. Yeah, master, calling him, oh, I'm Lincoln. And the worst part was when they told him about the money, they said, hey, here's $10,000. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll keep this money. And you know what? You need to give $2,500 for Sweetwater, when the guy just literally told you to give money to Sweetwater. Greedy as hell. Bruh. Okay. Next point I'm gonna make. Okay. This movie, they make it always seem like it was only a one-way street, right? Like, it was only like Caucasians not liking African Americans. I'm sorry. When that Caucasian female comes into a Harlem club, a jazz blues club, they're not gonna just accept you off rip. None of that's gonna be happening. That was ridiculous that they just let her come on stage and they were just mad cool with it.
They didn't even know she could sing.
They didn't know she could sing. So what I put together was, how many women has Sweetwater brought? That's what I'm thinking. How many white women? Because she came right on stage, no problem, and sung the song, and everybody was cool with it. Okay? And then, as basketball fans, right? I love the game of basketball. He loves the game of basketball. Okay? Right? A technical foul on a dunk, right? Okay, cool. Whatever. The first time he does it, it's a technical foul. But then to win the game, he does the exact same thing, and it's good?
Now, I did some thinking on that. So the first time he threw it off the backboard to himself, and then he dunked it. I think that's the difference, because the last time it was just a dunk. So they could probably think, oh, it's just a fancy layup. The first time it was off the backboard, so I kind of understood that one. I felt that one.
I don't think they were dunking back then.
No, well, that's another problem I have with the movie.
They weren't dunking back then. They showed the highlights, and there was no dunks. It was just him doing regular layups. Basic layups.
And this one, he's slamming. I'm like, bro,
slamming
what's going
it
on?
left and right.
Don't forget the hook.
Oh, yeah, the skyhook was created by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but if you watch this movie, it was done by Sweetwater.
Now, how much of this do you think Nathaniel is putting his input in, trying to give himself a little extra, you know what I'm saying?
Well, he passed away in 1990, so 0.
Oh, okay. Maybe he had notes or something, because they got this from somewhere, bro. That's what I'm saying. They got it from somewhere.
The script for this movie, the diction, to me, was awful. The storyline, to me, the way they did the storyline was not very good. The positives to the movie was, I feel like, the dressing, the jazz, you know, all that, like, just the back of the day feel to the movie, I thought was vintage. I thought that was...
It stirred up that emotion in me.
I thought it was good. I thought even Sweetwater, I thought the actor, he did a great job. Good. Do I believe that he was basically the Martin Luther King of basketball? No, I do not feel that way. I don't think that's how it went down.
What is this?
With his hands, yes.
He did that damn near the whole movie. I'm like, bro, why he keep looking at his hands?
Because back with his parents, his mom.
I know, but it was like over and over again.
They wanted you also to see that he had big hands too. They wanted to see how big his hands were over and over again.
Now, you brought it up in the theater, but am I really gonna believe that Sweetwater walked in? It's like, oh, y'all not bad for some white boys.
Yes.
And there was no grief or strife about that.
Yeah, no.
That is hard to believe. On top of coaching them.
Yeah. Not only coaching them, but you have to remember, right? This is the 1950s, right? Jackie Robinson in 1947 just got accepted, and he was still being hated. You're trying to tell me he went with all-star NBA players and just told them what to do, and they all just were like, oh yeah, man, do your thing. Yeah, teach us everything you know. No type of like,
I don't believe that.
Yo, like, we're not cool with this. Not trying to pass the ball at all. First game, here you go. Here's the ball. Here's the ball. I do
understand if they seen him and they seen what he did do, and they was like, you know what, he's really good. That he can, you know, help propel us to the new level. I get that,
but no one. There's no way you're friends off rip. It's just not happening.
And why do? Okay, I believe that white people had. They had their dealing in our success of, you know, becoming free. I get that. But all the time in these older movies, they make it seem like they're just the complete hero. Like, if you think about it, Joe,
Jeremy Piven's
right off the way.
Yeah.
I want to make a change. I want to do this. He's fighting so hard. And I'm not questioning it. It's just so hard for me to believe like it's going to be that, like that. You know what I'm saying? And then there's other ones like, oh, we got to do this. We got to make a change.
We got to break barriers. We gotta break barriers. Hey son, don't you ever use that word in this house. Don't you ever use word. And then he's about to cry telling his son that. I mean, the scene was terrible.
The thing I questioned, so he wanted to make a change, but where did that come from? Because they never explained it. He just said, oh, because he just wanted to do it for Sweetwater. But where did this want to make a change like come from? It just, because it just felt like, oh, every white person in the movie for the most part was like very supportive. There was little friction.
There, and then here's another thing, right? What about the scenes where they had the one dude get punched and say Sweetwater not may not, and then the one guy who came into the alley and hit Sweetwater. And by the way, it stopped because a 75-year-old chef came and told him to stop. That is the fake. If a 75-year-old brittle old man, okay, is in the alley, and there's two of us, big ass dudes. We gonna fuck him up, and we gonna fuck the African American dude up too. Like, why are you gonna stop and run away? That doesn't make any sense.
So it's just stuff like that ruined the movie. Just the foolishness, bro. I'm like, no one believes that. No one believes that.
Not at all. I am putting my foot down, folks, and I am not trying to be funny. This might have been the worst true story movie I have seen in the movie theater. There have been some bad ones on Lifetime. On Lifetime, there's been some bad ones.
Whoa. Remember, Ari, Respect.
Respect wasn't this bad. It wasn't this bad.
It wasn't this bad?
It was not this bad. Because at least it actually was telling truth. True. Okay? A lot of this movie you can admit was telling truth.
One on we saw was pretty bad. I can't remember which one.
What's your rating for this? Let me hear that. I guess we'll be able to rate. What's your rating for this movie? Give me your rating.
Oof. You put me on the spot.
Because see, on Lifetime, they've had some bad ones. Okay, anyone that watched Lifetime, some of the black ones on Lifetime, oh my God.
I'm gonna say a 5.
Folks, what can I say about my co-host? He's just you can tell like he is a wonderful individual, an amazing guy. He is very, very nice. You can tell why he's engaged. It makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna go 3 out of 10.
Bruh, come on. Don't do
3
that. Don't
out
do
of
that.
10.
It's a brother that. Don't do that.
The movie
Don't
was
do
not.
that.
The movie was
It
for
was
a true
not.
story.
3 out of
It
10?
was bad.
No, it's not that bad. You
was
just said there was
bad.
some good parts to it.
There was some good parts, but overall, for a true story, this was bad. This is really bad for a true story. This is a true story.
Okay, was it entertaining? Was it entertaining?
It was kind of laughably bad. So yeah, it was.
Did it spark up some emotion?
Spark up emotion. It sparked me up. You know what? Let me ask you a question. Okay. Would you rather be watching this and reviewing this, or would you rather be watching the Warriors and the Kings?
And that is Say What's Real. We're gonna talk to y'all next time. Game on. That's what I'm trying to get to that.